You don't think beef cheeks are better than brisket? Man, what? Beef cheeks are phenomenal. Like, it's one of the best underrated parts of a cow. And I guess a lot of people don't want to eat face meat. I don't know. I love it.
It's so good.
When I cook them, it's almost like a braised style where you put, you season them up, you get some smoke on them, you move them over to a pan, you get some braising liquid in there, cover them with foil, cook them to where they're falling apart. And they make, whether you're eating it over mashed potatoes or grits, or you're making a taco, if you're doing it kind of like a Mexican style, they make excellent tacos. I love them.
Here's my thing about brisket. Everybody talks about how great it is. And there has been times when I've had a bite of brisket that I am like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to get there. Not every brisket turns out that way. Like, I'd much rather you cook any other part of the cow than the brisket.
So it's like, if I saw it on a menu, if I could order, a brisket entree or a beef cheek entree, I'm ordering beef cheek every time.
Me too.
Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed, and joined by my lovely, talented wife, Miss Southern Shell, Tyler over here on the board. We are back for another podcast, y'all.
What's going on?
I'm getting my teeth kicked in on my pick'em league. I'm not good at it.
I didn't even pull it up.
Shell, you had came last time when I checked at one point, or you might have bragged to me, but you were in the top 5, weren't you?
I think I was top 3.
I wonder how you shook out after.
Yeah, I hadn't checked it. Let me tell you my secret.
Yeah, tell me that. Yes, I need all the help I can get. I came up with this pick'em idea. It's an idea for me.
I go through and I pick all the favorites.
Yes.
And then I come back and pick 2 or 3 to go against favorites.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And let it ride.
Well, it's because I'm not thinking too much about it, you know?
So where are you standing out of the 100 or so we got in it? You're able to duck and dodge. Just look at that, aren't you? Put some glasses on. How did you do, Tyler? Do you know?
I'm not going to lie to you. I went on vacation last week.
Oh, you didn't even pick?
I straight up forgot about it.
I dropped to 20th. I was 3rd.
That don't count then. I thought you was killing it. 20th is way better than I am.
Meat Sweats is back at number 1.
We got some guys that are good at it.
Yeah.
I need to get some betting tips from these guys.
I'm looking for where you are. I have to keep going
I'm probably in
down.
the 70s. It might be worse than that. Surely I'm not lower than Tyler, and he didn't even pick a week. I don't know. It might be. Don't even worry about where I'm at. Don't even worry about it.
You're 83.
Yeah. I'm not doing good at all. Pretty much at the bottom of the house.
Apparently you can jump pretty far because I went from 3rd to 20th.
Yeah.
It seems like
But I will say this.
Spaces.
The Ole Miss Rebels are still undefeated.
Barely.
We barely squeaked. It felt like we barely squeaked one out. We were supposed to win by the line on that game was 32.5.
Wow.
And they won by 3. It was close. It was a lot closer. It was pretty scary.
In my SEC Pick'em League, which I'm actually think about and care about and try, you know, I got 3 points last week. It was terrible.
It was a tough week, man.
I'm at the bottom of that one.
Coaches are getting fired left and right. Penn State fired their coach. It's going to happen in the SEC pretty soon. I know Florida's coach is sitting there.
I don't get it.
Fence.
You've got this coach. They have 1 or 2 bad games, and you go off and fire him and have to pay him $50 million.
Yeah, to leave. I would take that. If you want to fire me from How to Barbecue Right and pay me $50. It doesn't relate to me.
What did Coach Ogeron say when they did that at LSU? Which door do you want me to leave out of?
That's exactly what I would have said. Yes, I will take it.
No hard feelings.
Now I can go hunt,
go Tigers,
fish, golf, and go Tigers. Still support you. Yeah, happily. No, the Jack was last weekend.
Yes.
Big contest. Shout! You got the winners over there, don't you?
King's Barbecue from Jacksonville, Florida. Grand champion.
Congratulations.
Boggs Hog Barbecue from New Jersey. Got reserved.
Awesome. I saw he's got first place sauce.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's cool. Got the sauce called the Jack. Jack's always a fun one, man. I've always said that's one of my favorite ones I've ever done. Back when I was doing all those competitions.
It's hard to get a call at the Jack. Everything you think tough. You know.
Yeah, you can throw it out the window at the Jack. Everybody's good that's there. And, I got to give a shout out to Swine Life, Mark and Jamie Williams. And Luke Treese went and cooked with them. they've been on a tear in these MBN contests, and they have this thing. It was called the Delta Barbecue Brawl, and what they do, there's about 5 contests in the Mississippi Delta region, and they take your cumulative. No, I think they take your highest 2 preliminary round scores for those 5 contests. Everybody's got a shot at it that's cooking, and you win a $10,000 bonus. Well, they won that
last weekend.
Yeah, and they won another grand. I don't know how many grands they've won this year, but they have been killing it with hog and ribs. And shout out, good job. I don't know if they're through. I think they said they got one or two more to do this year.
Every time
they're running for team of the year now.
Every time that they talk about the ribs that they're cooking and turning in, I'm like, I want to try those ribs.
Yeah, it makes it sound better.
Yeah. Before we get into it, go over all the topics I have to talk to you about. Tyler, are we giving something away in the community?
Yeah. So obviously we're doing our pick'em league. That's what we're talking about here every day. But we wanted to do a special one for October since it's kind of tailgating season and stuff like that. So we decided we wanted to give away a turtle box in the community. And I thought it would be fun.
Which is a speaker.
I love my turtle box.
Yeah, turtle box.
Dude, I use it all the time.
It's like perfect for tailgating, perfect for sitting. And that's my opinion is right now it is the perfect time to be sitting by the grill, hanging out and listen to some good music.
And some tunes.
And so we were like, let's give away a turtle box. So it's a turtle box Gen 3 original speaker. And we're also giving away everything you need to get to cooking. So that's first place. And then we're going to pick 4 random people just to win. These are all random. We put it on a wheel. You spin to win. But to enter, you go to the Let's Get to Cooking community over on Facebook.com/HTQ community. It'll be the pin post at the very top. And all I want y'all to do is I want y'all to comment what is on your barbecue playlist. And
just one song?
Yeah, you have to list.
Yeah, one song. You don't have to list the whole playlist. List your favorite song. What song makes you think of barbecue? What are you listening to? And then I think it would be cool if we did kind of like a Spotify playlist with everybody's stuff
That's
on
what
it.
I was thinking.
I disagree. That's going to be a hot mess because you're going to have Ozzy Osbourne. You're going to have
R.I.P.
You're going to have Luke Combs. It's going to be just.
What's wrong with going from Crazy Train to Luke Combs?
I like picking a vibe and staying with it.
Well, you can arrange it. I put my playlist on shuffle anyway.
You do. You
so
like
you
a little crazy
stuff.
I like mine like that too.
I mean, it is hard when you say, okay, what genre? Do we need to do rock? Do we need classic rock? Do we need country? But you can do whatever. Whatever you're listening to while you're barbecuing, your number one song, or it don't have to be number one, just whatever you think would be a good song.
Yeah.
I hope we get a bunch of different ones so we don't just have hours and hours of the same song.
What's yours if you were going to pick one?
Oh, Green Onions.
Yeah, Booker T.
That's one of my jams. Yeah.
I was thinking Nappy Roots, Good Day.
That's a good one too. That's a good one. Easy Like Sunday Morning. That was always a good one.
Sunday Morning, that's a good one.
I always put that one on there. That sets a vibe.
Tyler, you got one off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know why. Like, I feel like I was thinking about this before we came in here. Now I just can't think of one. I'll come back with it next week, though.
I've got a ton of them. I mean, I've got multiple. I don't know how many barbecue playlists I've made in my lifetime.
And they're random, too.
Yeah, they're random. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But I love music, so I like all different kinds of stuff.
I do, too, but I want them played
at the right time.
Yeah.
Needless to say, Tay-Tay will not be on my list. If you're wondering, if that's what you're getting at.
But she could be.
I don't care how much wood she sings about. That's not a barbecue. That's something totally else. Something totally different.
Sorry, Todd.
I know what you're referring to.
But just so y'all know, there are no wrong answers. We're completely randomly picking this. So just put whatever. And we're going to announce the winners the contest comes to a close on October 30th at 8:59 Central Standard Time. And we'll announce the winners on that podcast.
And we're going to ship somebody a new turtle box and then some runner-ups. I'm sure we'll get some swag stuff, most seasonings, and all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Turtle box is perfect. It can get wet.
If you don't have a turtle,
they say it.
Man, you're going to love it.
Indestructible. But
I've seen people pitch it in the river. It just floats back to it. It does turn over, but it keeps playing. And then I've seen people pitch it in a pool.
I've seen it fall out of a side-by-side.
So I've done that. They're pretty durable.
Yeah. So last week you did a couple steakhouses. You were in North Dakota.
I went to North Dakota last week.
Yeah.
It was fall break, and I took Michael, and me and some buddies. We flew up to North Dakota and took our shotguns and did some waterfowl and pheasant hunting. And I did go to a steakhouse on the last night. The lodge we stayed in fed us for a couple nights.
So, well, did you have any wild game that you had before?
Yeah, I did. Well, so I think I may have had pheasant, but I never really had pheasant, like wild pheasant.
Yeah.
And every day, like with the guys that didn't want to take their birds home, they would cook them up for dinner, like for appetizers, and they just had a grill and they were grilling stuff. And so I got to try a bunch of different species of ducks and geese that I'd never tried. I will say the best waterfowl I ate was probably speckled goose. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. The pheasant's good. It's kind of like dryer turkey, the way they did it. I don't know if that's right or not, but it was just like a platter of meat, and they cut it up into bite-sized chunks and had little cups of, made some sauces and had some toothpicks, and you just kind of got you a little plate, appetizer-type servings. And the pheasant was good. I mean, it was okay, but the speckled goose stole the show. But the best thing I ate, one morning, as we were duck hunting, some split-tailed grouse flew over, and we knocked one of them dudes down. And man, that was a good eating bird. It was it's kind of like a wild chicken.
So it's white.
Yeah, it was lighter meat. It wasn't dark like say dove or duck or something like that. It was a lighter flesh meat, tender as it could be. And I think all they did, so they had a chef there preparing stuff. They didn't let me get in the kitchen. They kept the door shut. I don't know.
Normally, that's where you want to hang out.
Yeah, I'm always constantly, hey, man, y'all need help. I took dishes in one night. They was like, cut me off. No, don't do that. Just leave them out there. It was one of them type places where they didn't want you to do anything.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be working while you're there. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, but that is how you enjoy yourself.
It is how I do it. Yeah. I would have loved to have been out there when they were grilling up all that duck and the birds we were eating, but I didn't get to do any of that either.
Usually when we go anywhere where there's like a kitchen,
I migrate towards the kitchen.
You do. You're asking questions. You want to see how they do stuff.
Yeah.
You want to try their sausage,
I want to see what seasons they're using.
Yeah.
There's two places, the bar or the kitchen. I had to hang out at the bar this time, which probably wasn't good for anybody either. I was making drinks and all that stuff. But we had a big time. And that split-tailed grouse, they had took it and seared it on the grill and then took it off and took it inside and seasoned it up some more and finished it in the oven to where it was cooked perfect. And then when they brought it out, it was just melt in your mouth. The texture was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was softer than a piece of chicken tender. It was just really good mouth texture. The flavor of it was excellent. And I would just go on a grouse hunt if I didn't know they tasted that good. Any of you tasted grouse, y'all chip in. Tell me some of your favorite ways to cook it. Because I'd love to go back and hunt some more grouse. They were excellent bird.
Did they debone it?
Yeah, it was off the bone. It was off the bone. I didn't see. Yeah, I guess that's what they did. They probably breasted it out. That's how they did most of them. The ones we brought back, they have to actually leave a wing and a foot on it. It's like law. You can't travel with, they don't want to make sure you don't have more birds than you're supposed to have. They want to be able to identify the species. So I actually brought back we brought back about 9 whole not whole, but breasted out with wings and legs on them.
Oh, where are they at?
In the freezer.
Okay.
We cooking some speck. Man, it's good. It's
a dark meat though, right?
Yeah.
It's like duck.
It's kind of it's like duck, but that one kind of eats like beef. When it's cooked right and you cook it medium rare, man, you're thinking really good steak. That's what it tastes like. Doesn't have there's no wild taste or anything. This is good. Speckled belly goose is really, really good.
I've always heard how bad duck was and everything, and then you started cooking it for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was kind of the way up there. It's like, they really don't know how to cook them right. A little over for my taking. Because to me, when you cook waterfowl like that, especially some of these other ducks, they're not, there's all kinds of, there was teal. Oh, the teal are excellent, but there was, there's probably some diver ducks in there, some different kinds of species that everybody shot. But they take on like a livery taste when you overcook them. And any duck does it. Even really good tasting wood ducks and teals and mallards. If you overcook them, they kind of get a minerally taste, almost like you're eating liver. If you've ever had liver.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and that's not a flavor that I like. But if you keep it medium rare and you just sear it, and man, it's totally different flavor. It's excellent. It's excellent. And that's how I like to cook them.
Kind of like tuna. I don't like tuna when it's cooked too much.
All the way through.
Yeah. But raw tuna? Or seared, just basically seared tuna?
So while we were up there, you talk about steakhouses. That's where we were going with this.
Yes.
We wanted to we had a guide, and he was excellent, man. He put us on birds. We killed probably more, in a 2-day span. That's as much waterfowl as I've ever killed, and never been pheasant hunting. And we all killed our roosters that we were after there. So he's like, man, we wanted to treat this guy good. So they were having a lemon pepper chicken that night with some vegetables. I was like, no, we're going to get some red meat. I said, they're known for the beef up here in North Dakota. It's like, well, do you know of a good steak? Well, our guide was from North Carolina. He was kind of like us, he's way up north and out of place. Not out of place, but it's just different cultures. And so he was like, well, I'll ask the owner of the ranch where he would go for a steak dinner. And he put us on this place called 40 East Steak and Seafood. It's a Bismarck, which was probably about a half hour from where we didn't have a long ride. And we said, all right, if it's good enough for him, we'll go there. And so we went, and it was an old school steakhouse. I mean, the decor was cool. The food was phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I ordered me a big ribeye, and after hunting for 2 days, when I was hungry, but we started out with they had lamb chops in like a demi-glace for an appetizer. And I think you got 2 chops, so we ordered like 4 of those so everybody could make sure they got at least one. And we got some pot stickers, and the pot stickers were good, but those lamb chops.
What was the pot stickers?
I didn't ask. It just
it was just like a little dumpling.
Yeah, it's like a little fried dumpling with this sweet and sour sauce or something like that. And they're good. I mean, I like, don't get me wrong, pot stickers are great. But the meat was what I was wanting. And that lamb, you would have loved it. It was some of the best lamb. And I'm iffy on lamb. You never know. But it was just perfectly cooked, medium rare, had a nice demi-glaze, but it wasn't too much. And it was a good little appetizer bite.
You said Michael tried it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he don't like lamb because he's had that same experience. The times I've had some bad lamb is he's been with us.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not eating that nasty stuff. And I talked him into it. And he was like, that's the best he's had. I mean, he wouldn't he didn't eat a whole one. He just took a bite.
That was a compliment coming from him.
Yeah. And then we got lobster bisque, and it was fantastic. And then we got our entrees, and it's like any place else. They're a la carte. You order your meat, and then you order your sides. And everybody got something different. I think I did a loaded baked potato. The guide got
Oh, they weren't like family sides?
Yeah, they were. You kind of got a little trough of it, like a little lasagna ramekin or whatever. I call them baby troughs. But he did a seafood mac and cheese, and it was out of this world. I was like, oh, and I didn't know what it wasn't like shrimp. It was like crab meat and lobster in this mac and cheese, and it was so cheesy.
Normally, I'm like, you're ruining 2 good things.
Yeah, for real. Like lobster mac and cheese, is it good? It sounds good, and it's decadent, but is it really the best way to eat lobster? No, it's not.
You got seafoody noodles and
and
cheesy
and then,
seafood. It didn't go together.
But trust me, this way it worked. It was like a creamy mac and cheese where it had like a nice like cheesy bechamel sauce with the noodles, and then they folded in the crab meat and the lobster in it. And then they put cheese on top and like running under a torch or salamander or something. So it was just kind of, caramel. You know how cheese gets all over bubbly and toasted a little bit. And that was excellent. But then they did asparagus. Somebody ordered asparagus, and we kind of passed that around. And then they did a scallop potato. And their scallop potatoes, they weren't like the kind, every time I've had scallop potatoes, they've always been kind of sliced thin.
Round.
And then and they stack them in like this buttery, butter. And they stack them up, and they put cheese all over it.
You've always been like, I don't like scallop potatoes.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
These scallop potatoes, closest thing I could relate to it is like a really good hash brown casserole. But a runny, creamy, like cheesy, it's almost like a butter cheese sauce that these cube potatoes were in that had that cheese like Gruyere all over the top of it, and it was kind of torched or broiled or bruleed or whatever you want to call it. Man, they were good. They were excellent. And they gave it, and when they hit your table with this like loaf of onion bread that was hot right out of the oven, and they had like a strawberry butter to eat it with. It was excellent, man. If y'all are in Bismarck, and I know probably not many people are because it's not a big town, but if you are up there, go to 40 East Steak and Seafood.
I think you got to hit it for a good, especially old school steakhouse. You got to hit the table with bread.
Yeah.
You got to hit the table with bread. It's like chips and salsa at a Mexican restaurant.
And then I talked up that steakhouse so much, I think you were ready to go to a steakhouse. I said, when we got back home, let's see, it was a couple of days later, we went to Como, that's my standard around.
Yeah.
You give me a Como steakhouse. I like to be the early bird. I don't want to stand in line when I go, so I don't mind getting there at 5:30. If you're there much later than that, you're going to be in a line.
And I think you get the better steaks.
Yeah.
The earlier you go, the better the steak is.
Yeah.
The later I've been, the worse the steak is.
If I see my guy on the grill with his headset on, like you spotted him, you said, "Oh, we're finna get a good one there." I don't know if he's there every time. But he's been there the last 6-7 times I've been there.
He's been there for years.
Yeah, I didn't get that guy's name.
He wears
He is
like
throwing it down.
Because the grill they cook the steaks in is right in the middle of the restaurant.
Yeah. You walk in and you see the grill, the guy standing there cooking the steaks.
And he's wearing this old school Bluetooth.
It's like a trucker headset.
Yeah.
Like you see truck drivers wearing.
And what do you always say he's doing?
Oh, he's talking to his folks.
Oh, I thought you said he's calling into sports talk radio.
He's doing that too, yeah. But I know he stays on the phone the whole time.
He's constantly talking. Yeah.
I bet he is calling sports talk. That's what I'd be doing. Hold on, let me turn these ribeyes. But man, their mushrooms at Como Steakhouse are so good. And they got this new appetizer, these potato bombs. Oh, if y'all hadn't tried those.
So you think which is a great idea.
I guarantee you that's what it is.
If you ever have leftover baked potato, what do you do?
Yeah, well, it's no good the next day.
Yeah.
So I think what they're doing, like if they have potatoes they don't use that night, they're loading them up and they're putting them in, getting them cold, scooping them with the ice cream scoop, and then lightly pankoing them and setting them in the freezer or refrigerator overnight for the next day.
I think they're just taking the baked potatoes.
Leftover baked potatoes?
And
not left off somebody's plate. I'm talking about the end of the shift.
Yeah.
They got potatoes left.
Yeah. They got 15, 20 potatoes left. Yeah.
Scooping them out, mixing it with butter, sour cream, bacon, and chives, balling that up, pankoing it. Or they might ball it before they panko it and set them in the fridge or overnight because they harden back up. If you ever put a leftover baked potato in the refrigerator, it hardens back up. It's not soft and pillowy anymore. But then it firms up enough to where they can bread it, drop it in the deep fryer, and just flash golden brown the outside, and it heats that potato. Oh, man. And it just, when you break into that, it's cheesy. They serve it with a ranch and a honey mustard. It's good both. It's good both. That appetizer's hitting.
And we cut it open to investigate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to break it down. What is this? What exactly is this?
And some of the potato is mashed, and some of them was kind of
chunky,
which I like the the different.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bake some potatoes, let them cool, scoop them out, mix them up, make those, and see what they turn out as good.
It's kind of like a twice baked potato, I guess, but you're frying.
It's pretty much
on the second. Yeah.
Yeah. Think of a cheese fritter. It's kind of like that, but with potato.
It's a great idea.
Oh, which one do you think's better? The cheese fritters from Memphis Barbecue Company or those potato bomb things from Como Steakhouse?
They're very similar.
Very similar. And both very good.
Yes, and both very good. I think I'm going to go with potatoes.
Over just...
The potato fritters over the...
They're both... That's a tough one.
The cheese fritters.
I love those cheese fritters, too.
The cheese fritters are almost too cheesy.
Yeah, if you added some potato to that, that's what you would get.
Yeah. You have to cut that cheese fritter in half and only eat half. It's too cheesy.
But my steak was perfect at Como this time, too. It's so big you can't. It's 20 ounce ribeye. If you can eat all that, you're a man. It's a lot. to have the salad and the appetizer.
It's huge.
A couple of crown drinks.
And when I get my ribeye, I could use my fork and find the most wiggliest spot, and that's where I start eating.
Start there. I think I still got some ribeye in the refrigerator. That might be dinner tonight.
So when you go to a steakhouse, are you looking at the dessert menu? Because you kind of told your order. Get a couple apps.
I'm not a big dessert guy at a restaurant. If they have something good, we'll usually get it and get a couple spoons. That's what we did at that 40 East. I mean, everybody was full, but we was like, well, everything's else so good. Let's try it. So everybody gets spoons. I think we had. So that's kind of what I'd do. I wouldn't go solo.
Me too.
Como's got Como Delight. And that's one of my favorite desserts.
It's
basically a pudding on a crust with cream cheese, whipped topping, and chocolate all over the top.
Some people call it husband's delight. I've heard it called better than sex cake.
Yeah. It's whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah.
And you can get it to go. They'll fill up a little to-go box with it. And so sometimes I'll do that, especially if I'm going to be at deer camp for a minute. I'll know I'll want something the next day. The How to Barbecue Right podcast is brought to you by our friends at Primo Grills. Shell, did you know that Primo is the only ceramic grill made right here in the good old USA?
What? Are you telling me that Primo Grills are proudly crafted here in the USA, ensuring top-notch quality and support for local craftsmanship?
I sure am. Plus, Primo Grill not only delivers mouth-watering flavor, but because of their innovative oval design and superior ceramic construction, Primo Grills also gives you a ton of cooking versatility.
Whether you're smoking low and slow or searing a steak to perfection, Primo Grills gives you the consistent heat distribution for mouth-watering results every time.
What she said, y'all. Y'all visit primogrill.com and check them out.
So last night I made lasagna soup.
Lasagna soup's hitting.
Have you ever tried that, Tyler?
I have not. And I think y'all asked me this a couple seasons ago, and I said I was going to, but I hadn't yet.
Man,
I really need to.
It's easy, too.
I cut up everything for you. It was like a bell pepper.
It was a bell pepper and
garlic,
onion.
some fresh basil.
But if you didn't offer to cut up, I was going to use frozen.
Were you?
Yeah.
I like the fresh in it better.
Can you tell a difference between frozen veg and
I think so.
chopped veg and stuff like soups and chilies?
That I could pick it out.
Yeah.
It's just knowing, you know.
If you were going to be eating it like a taco, you know, like I'm going to use a fresh onion for a taco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But a soup?
Frozen's okay.
Frozen's fine. And it's easy.
I mean, I grew up on veg all and so
yeah, me too.
it's like the stuff is canned and I know it don't have flavor. Cook all the flavor and nutrients out of it.
But I sauteed the onion and the bell pepper. I added a pound of Italian sausage.
Garlic.
Put a little garlic in there. And then, so this recipe, I learned something. It called for tomato paste. And it said to add the tomato paste, like when you're sauteing it, right, like for just a minute or two, because it wakes up the paste.
That makes sense. Because
it makes sense.
When I do short ribs, I do them that way. Like after you brown them and then you get all your vegetables and stuff going, then you put in your tomato paste and you cook that a little bit. Then you start adding your wine and your broth to braise it down. And just adding that, not just squirting tomato paste off in all the broth and everything where it doesn't stir up and it just stays chunky. I think it breaks up more, spreads it up, gets some heat on it, gets all that flavor jiving with everything else.
It makes complete sense to me. I've just never thought about it or done it. But then you add, I added a 24-ounce jar of Rose marinara sauce.
Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong.
Spicy, wasn't it?
I added a little extra of the spicy.
Okay.
Because it was...
I liked it. It had a little kick to it.
Yeah. Or you could just add red pepper flakes.
The seasoning, like if you used a little Euro Hero with the Italian Stallion or...
I just used Italian Stallion. Italian Stallion and a touch of AP.
That was all that went in it?
And then a box of chicken broth, 4 cups.
Because this is a soup. It needs to be soupy.
Get that going, let it simmer a minute, and then 30 minutes before I want to serve it, I take 8 sheets of the lasagna noodles and break them into pieces and let that go for 15, 20 minutes. And then
I get al dente in that soup?
Yeah. And then I add a half a cup of heavy cream. And that's optional, but I think it helps the acidity.
Yeah. Did you put any cheese in it at that point?
Yeah, parm and mozzarella.
Like shredded?
Yeah. Right before you serve it. But I hate adding cheese to soups and stuff because it's like the bowls get too cheesy. The pan gets cheesy when you go to clean it.
So for that, the lasagna element of the cheese, I took 1 cup of ricotta and 1 cup of mozzarella shredded, mixed that up with a little bit of parm, and then just splashed it, seasoned it with some Italian Stallion, and then splashed it with heavy cream just to get it stirring up. And you just dollop that over in your bowl. Kind of like think the way you would rice with gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
You put just a scoop in there. You put a scoop of this ricotta mixture in the bowl. So as you're eating that lasagna soup, it's like that layer in a lasagna, that cheesy ricotta layer in the lasagna. And that's what sets it off. And then take chiffonade of fresh basil.
That's what sets it off.
Sprinkle that on the top, and then a little more like rough grated parm. And you've got almost like a gourmet soup that doesn't take that long to make. 30 minutes. It doesn't take long.
Mm-mm. It takes about 45 to an hour, I'd say. Because I like to let everything
simmer. I bet you know what? There was some left, and I bet you it's better today.
Oh, I'm sure. It's like chili.
Yeah. Once those flavors all come together. Like if you could, the real way to do it would be to make your own sauce and let that cook all day and really get those. Who's got time for that? We're talking. We need late night dinner meal or regular night dinner meal, not late night. And we had garlic toast,
which was just
white bread with garlic butter.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was Obama style. That's how I grew up eating garlic bread. I didn't know what no fancy garlic bread was. We had Wonder Bread with butter and garlic powder sprinkled on.
That's what I did. I actually used Italian Stallion. Yeah.
On the griddle.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It was delicious.
It's better than that garlic butter stuff you buy in the
It's
store.
just a little strong. It can be. Yeah.
Fake tasting. It's
Very
not
potent.
good. Tyler went to Dollywood. Went and saw Dolly Parton last week.
Yeah.
I think he saw more than that. From the news I saw,
Oh gosh.
it was like was it a car show rally, or it looked like PCB on spring break.
I think everybody saw it.
Yeah, and I guess when I was there, I was in the element, so I just thought that all the news articles I was seeing was because I was there, you know?
Yeah.
And then I got home and started talking about my vacation. Everybody was like, were all those cars everywhere?
Huh.
So if y'all didn't know, there was a car show in Pigeon Forge last week or 2 weekends ago now that made national news because it got shut down on Sunday because there were probably tens of thousands of these cars. And I think it's called like slammed enough or something like that. And these are these low riding cars and stuff. They're honestly some really cool cars that I saw. But, you know, it takes a couple bad apples to ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah,
and they were like trying to take over the town and all this stuff. But it was crazy, man.
What was the wildest thing you saw?
I was sitting in traffic I had my baby in the car and my wife was at the aquarium. And I'm just sitting in standstill traffic. There's two cars in front of me. I'm just, like I said, at a standstill. The car in front of me moves forward. I was waiting for the car in front of me to move up. Like I almost was about to hit the horn of my car. And then like out of the corner of my eye, I see this like blue Mini Cooper fall straight onto its side right in front of us.
Like fell off the road above you.
Yeah, it was like a cliff right above us, fell off the road in front of us.
How many feet do you think it was?
It wasn't like, it probably sounds crazier than it was, but I mean, it was
That's pretty crazy.
probably like 15, 20 feet.
So
Like-
where was it on the highway going between Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge?
Yeah, so we were headed from Gatlinburg to Pigeon
Yeah.
Forge, about a mile right before the tunnel. And like I said, I think everybody was okay. I stayed long enough to try to figure all that
Luckily, it
out.
didn't fall on the car in front of you or you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It was kind of a miracle when you think about it, because like that car in front of that car had just moved, and if there wasn't that space, it would have fell straight onto another car.
Holy smokes, that's wild. I wasn't thinking that when you told me you had a crazy story.
But the first like 2 days of vacation was like picture perfect vacation. We went to Dollywood, and if you go to Dollywood in the fall, it's like crazy busy. It's kind of like, in my opinion, it's like anytime you go to like Disney World. Disney World is like always nuts, in my opinion. You're going to wait 50, 70 minutes per rides and stuff. The week before fall break, which is when I went, is allegedly the best time to go because like the weather starts cooling down. Like I think the Wednesday we went, I want to say it was like the high was 79. So I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Not a single wait on any ride. And then when we got there, they have this harvest tasting pass. And so if you buy it, you can kind of you basically eat your way around the park. And so
What do
you
they
get
have to eat at
Yeah,
Dollywood?
any good food?
Oh my gosh, man. Like, honestly, in my opinion, and I haven't been to that many theme parks, but I've been to a good number of them. I think Dollywood has the best food out of all of them. So first of all, if you've
We gotta
ever
go
been
to
to Dollywood, you know that they have this like cinnamon bread. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard about this cinnamon bread, but they serve it with either a icing, or you can get it with their homemade apple butter. And
So is it like you get a piece of a loaf, or
Yeah.
is it like a
You get-
cinnamon?
So you get the whole loaf. They serve it in tin pan,
Oh.
the little tin pans, kind of like the same size like the Traeger tray.
I'm imagining like a banana bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's served in that, and then I don't know exactly what's in the cake, but it's kind of like it's crumbly like a pound cake, but it's still kind of firm, and there's all this like melted butter at the bottom that you kind of dip it, all the cinnamon. It's like cinnamon sugary. It's so good. So that's the one thing you got to get when you go there. That was
Do
not.
you go icing or do you go butter?
I go both.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you go both?
Yeah, I went both. And then for the seasonal food, like my personal favorite, I decided was, so they did a gumbo and grits, and I just love gumbo. I try gumbo.
That's a good
everywhere.
idea.
Pretty much
Gumbos.
go.
Oh yeah, you like grits better than rice.
I do.
And it was kind of a nice surprise, honestly, because it didn't say gumbo and grits. It just said Southern style gumbo or something like that. So I tried it.
They don't know nothing about gumbo up at Dollywood.
I'm telling you, man. It was so
We
good.
barely know how to make it in Mississippi. I mean, it's like,
Don't challenge Dolly.
Yeah, man. And
so it was good. It was really.
it really was. And another thing is like any of the garnishes that went on top, I always feel like added so much to the dish, and they put so much of it on there. So like the gumbo had like a huge handful of green onions.
Yeah.
And I love green onions.
Yeah, yeah.
Gumbo. And then they had like a kind of like a cheddar jalapeno sausage on a bun The only thing that was weird about this dish was like, so it was that, and that was really good by itself. It was really cheesy. Like the cheese was almost oozing onto the bun below. But then they put this like cucumber slaw on top. And I wasn't really here for the cucumber slaw.
Yeah.
I ended up taking it off and eating it without it. And I think it was
better without.
Like I would say it was about a 4 with it on, and it was almost a 9 with it off. I don't know why it just completely like you could not taste the sausage at all. With it.
Cucumber's strong.
Yeah. I never had a cucumber slaw.
Yeah.
And I love
It's almost like a relish.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And it was really sweet, and it just, I don't know, very off-putting. My wife, when I got the gumbo, she got a chili bread bowl. And like, it sounds like it'd be real simple, but the chili was like really, really, really good.
Mm.
Seasoned very well. Bread bowl was really good.
I hate chili in a bread bowl because your bread just gets all soggy and
this kind of, I don't know.
You lose half your chili. And...
I think I will say my favorite part of the bread bowl was that they cut the top out, but they served it with the top, so you could kind of
like
dunk
a cornbread,
that.
cornbread bread bowl, or like a.
It was like a regular like French bowl.
Yeah.
And you kind of like, and they the top was like seasoned with some garlic powder and stuff like that, so you kind of dunked that through. So that was really good. And then I think the cinnamon bread was probably my favorite dessert, but the other one we had was a pumpkin spice elephant ear, which I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy.
I love an elephant ear.
You turned me onto those years ago at the Mississippi State Fair.
Yeah.
We didn't have those growing up.
It's way better than funnel cake.
Yeah. It's the consistency's a lot better in my opinion.
It's like a big piece of dough that they fry and then
it's almost
flush with butter and top it with like powdered sugar.
And
it's so good.
Could you get it without the pumpkin spice?
Yeah. They had other ones too, but we had just eaten the cinnamon bread, and I was like, I don't think I could do it anymore. Possibly.
Big on pumpkin spice. It's not my favorite.
Yeah,
like everybody gets all like, "Oh, pumpkin spice is back." I'm like, ugh.
This time of year, I'm more of like an apple guy. Like all the apple stuff that comes
I do
out.
apple cinnamon all day long. I mean, and I like jerk, and jerk has a lot of allspice and some of those spices in it. But it's just something about the pumpkin spice. I'm just not crazy about it.
Yeah.
You don't have any pumpkin spice beer on your list?
No, I do not drink pumpkin spice beer. I do not drink pumpkin spice lattes. I'll eat a piece of pumpkin pie that's got, you always put a little bit of pumpkin spice in it, but I don't put pumpkin spice in my sweet potatoes. I make sweet potato casserole.
I don't either. Doesn't belong.
No. I need to do a pumpkin spice dish, see if I can make it the way I like it. See if it's any good. Just to see.
What would you?
I don't know, like a smoked pumpkin pie or something.
See, I could see that kind of being like, I don't know if you remember, but years ago you did the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Fireball.
Oh, that was a good pie.
I do sweet potato pies on the smoker. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Sweet potato casserole is good. Pumpkin's a lot like.
They say a lot, if you buy a can of sweet potatoes, a lot of times it's pumpkin.
Is it?
Yeah, because they're so similar, they allow them to be processed together or something.
Yeah. But to me, pumpkin's like real stringy. A lot stringier.
Yeah.
Sweet potato.
Mikey asked me if we wanted to go to his pumpkin patch. Get the pumpkins. I'm like, what am I going to do with pumpkins? My kid doesn't care.
Set them on the porch, wait for them to rot.
Yeah.
Pick them up and throw them away.
We got the last 3 pumpkins he had. And
did you go to Mikey's pumpkin patch?
Yeah.
But you got kids, it's fun.
And it was all, it was really cool for them to go hook it off the vine and stuff like that. I told him next year, I was like, you just do the whole thing, dude. I was like, run the tractor around. And I was like, we will only come
Hey, ride.
Sell elephant ears.
Yeah.
Cider and cocoa. I imagine him like Linus sitting out there on peanuts waiting on the crate. Mikey's there's pumpkin patch.
So there was a comment on the community. Does Malcom not make any YouTube videos anymore?
Of course I do.
Well,
maybe not as frequently as I used to, but I make all kinds of other videos now too. You got to think we're doing long form YouTube videos, but we're also doing a ton of short form videos that are on like platforms like TikTok and Facebook and Reels and things like that. And then we're also doing the Buck Junkie stuff. So I'm doing a lot of cooking over on the Buck Junkies channel too. So, and it's on YouTube as well as doing short form on other platforms. So I'm probably cooking way more. it doesn't seem like it's all on How to Barbecue Right.
Back in the day, we would film on Tuesday, edit on Wednesday,
and release on Thursday.
Release on Thursday, and we did it every week.
Yeah.
But that's when you only have one platform.
Only have one video to do a week
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Now it's like, can you do 5 this week? I was like, I can. Wore out.
And another thing,
I got to do a couple tomorrow.
And another thing is, I feel like you've done every barbecue recipe. You've cooked out so many proteins, so many ways.
Yeah, I still got a bunch of ideas. I mean, to do stuff. I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I love doing the cooking stuff. It's just I spread it out because I do 2 or 3 podcasts a week, and then I do the cooking stuff and everything else that goes with it. And
So if
a lot of content.
there's some new stuff on Buck Junkies you've done.
Yeah.
On the Buck Junkies.
And that's different
YouTube.
kind of cooking. Some of it's grilling, some of it's not. Some of it's just in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Just stuff you cook. But that's there's a lot of cooking content over there. That's a lot of hunting content.
So on the Facebook, Mark posted a picture of he cooked some beef cheeks, and he said, "I think I might like this better than brisket."
Absolutely.
So
You don't think beef cheeks are better than brisket? Man, what? Beef cheeks are phenomenal. Like, it's one of the best underrated parts of a cow, the cheek. And I guess a lot of people don't want to eat face meat. I don't know. I love it.
it's so good.
I haven't done, I've seen it, but I've never tried it. Because when I cook them, it's almost like a braised style where you put, you season them up, you get some smoke on them, you move them over to a pan, you get some braising liquid in there, cover them with foil, cook them to where they're falling apart. And they make, whether you're eating it over mashed potatoes or grits, or you're making a taco, if you're doing it kind of like a Mexican style, they make excellent tacos. And, but I saw this guy doing them. I don't remember who it was. He was doing sliced beef cheeks. So you just don't take them as far because they're super fatty. They're super rich. It's just a beefy.
And the meat is not very long.
Yeah, no, they're not very big.
What do you
by
say
the time you get them trimmed up, sometimes you're gonna be like, man, I don't have nothing left. But what you do have left is gold. And you smoke them and then you kind of slice them. I want to try that. I've never had them that way. The first person the first time I ever tried beef cheeks
Matt
was at Matt's at beach. We were doing a meat church class over in Waxahachie, and he made them that morning for like everybody to have like the first.
He
thing
calls them breakfast tacos.
Yeah, they're not really breakfasty. It's just it's a corn tortilla with cilantro and onion.
They're delicious.
Beef cheek. Oh yeah, they're phenomenal. I mean, I was like, whoa, I'm cooking those as soon as I get back home, and I've been cooking them ever since. I love them. But yeah, better than brisket. Yeah.
Here's my thing about brisket.
So.
Everybody talks about how great it is. And there has been times when I've had a bite of brisket that I am like, that is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to get there. Not every brisket turns out that way. I'd much rather you cook any other part of the cow than the brisket.
So it's like if I saw it on a menu, if I could order, a brisket entree or a beef cheek entree, I'm ordering beef cheek every time.
Me too.
Every time. I'm not saying the brisket's not good. It's really good. Good brisket is fire.
If I know that they're known for the brisket.
Cheek? No, it's not. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I would order the short ribs before I'd order brisket.
Me too.
And to me, cheeks and short rib are on the same page. That's on the same. And when I mean short rib, I'm talking either dino bones or cut up short ribs or braised. I mean, same meat. It has closest to, like, beef cheeks is not on a bone. But if you could take the short ribs off the bone, you could cook it to where you think it's beef cheeks. Now, beef cheeks is way richer, way fattier, way better. But I mean, they're close. They're close. And the closest thing to the brisket is really good point. Like, you're never gonna get the flat to be as good as beef cheeks, but you can get the point close. You know what I mean? Especially on, like, if you step up to a prime or a Wagyu brisket point, it gets close. But you don't need like Wagyu beef cheeks either. It'd be so fatty that you probably wouldn't have much meat to eat. You need like a lesser grade beef cheek. And it's just, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a throwaway piece of meat, but it's a piece of meat that's probably not one of the favored pieces in the grocery store. Like, the only place I know you can really get them consistently is Sam's, and they come in this big old pack. And it's, I mean, it's nasty looking. It's just bloody looking. You got to clean them up. You can't just open it up and wipe them off and cook them. There's a lot of sinew, a lot of connective tissue. You got to spend some time trimming them up. And some people could probably be overwhelmed by that, thinking they're messing it up, because it's a lot of discard too. But I think it's like a 5-pound pack, and you might get a couple pounds of cheeks when you get through. You're not going to get 5 pounds of beef cheeks because that's as big as that pack. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to throw away. But man, it's worth it. They are fine. I need to do it. I need to do a new beef cheek recipe.
There you go.
There you go. Hold on. Put that on there. Put that on
there. And I think people are like, well, I'm going to cook a brisket. I've never cooked a brisket before. I need to nail a brisket. And they're disappointed, and they wasted a lot of time and wasted a lot of money.
That brisket takes a while to get down. It's not the easiest thing. It's not like throwing a butt on. You know, pork butt. Anybody can cook a pork butt.
Yep.
You can mess a brisket up. Get that out of my face so I can see you.
But okay, I got some other questions for you.
Let's go.
So Jason, it's got a Boston butt. Instead of resting it in a cooler for an hour or more, how about just shutting down the pellet grill and letting it chill out on the grill for like, the 2 hours or hour or whatever?
I wouldn't go too long. I mean, you could do it. Once it drops to core temperature below 140, you've only got, 4 hours for it needs to be consumed or dropped all the way down below,
And the cooler,
Yeah.
the cooler is what keeps it
The
from
cooler just
dropping.
holds it a steady heat and lets it cool down slow. It's going to cool down a lot faster just sitting there on the grill off. Depending on what temperature it is outside, it might stay warm for a lot longer. I don't think you would risk overheat because most pellet grills are going to cool off within 5 to 7 minutes. They're going to go through that cool cycle. They're going to blow all the stuff out. It's covered up. I've never done that, but I think you'll be okay for a little while. I don't know if you're gaining anything from doing it. And to me, when you put it in that box, yeah, it's still holding a lot of heat, but it's not going to overcook it. It's just going to hang out, and it's a nice warm environment for it to hold in, get happier.
I feel
That's
like
what I say. It just gets happier in there.
It
I don't know if it
does.
get happy on old turned off smoker.
I feel like it gets all soft
Yeah.
in the way it should be soft.
Yeah.
It like
I think so too. It's like the rendering just breaks it down and it just gets juicy and it helps, like where if you pulled it apart, so does it come off the grill, there might be places in that thing that's dry. Some
Yeah,
muscles are
for sure.
dry, but after you rest it, it's like, oh man, well, every bit of it's good, That goes for brisket too. When we started cooking briskets, when I pulled them off the pit, we would take them off to slice them. We didn't realize that, man, this thing needs to rest. And if it rests 2 hours, it's way better than it is right off the pit. There's something happening there.
When you started holding meat, you were like, "This
That's
is
a game changer. It was.
Yeah.
It was a game changer. And I knew there was people doing it. I just didn't realize why. I thought they were doing it just to be ahead of the schedule to make it easier on them building boxes for turn-in stuff. I didn't realize it had something to do with the quality of the meat holding it like that. It just made sense to me that they were cooking it ahead of time to, so when the turn-in times comes, they're not rushed. They're not fighting the grill, trying to get stuff off. No, that meat's getting better and
They
better
knew
and better.
something.
Yeah.
Todd posted a picture of a Bananas Foster's Old Fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really good. So he took like a little piece of banana and actually used a torch and kind of creme bruleed it. I don't know if he put sugar on it before but he creme bruleed it. And then he didn't post a recipe, but I went and looked one up.
Do they muddle that banana?
It's just like a little garnish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What makes, is it whiskey?
Yeah, definitely. All the recipes I saw was whiskey.
Still have cherries?
No. This one just required banana syrup. You put a splash of banana syrup and a little bitters.
I got you.
So I guess the banana replaces the cherry.
Yeah, the sweetness.
Yes. And I saw some use that
It
banana.
still gets the bitters, right?
Yeah.
Orange bitters?
You still get the bitters. Old-fashioned bitters and, replace that cherry syrup or that cherry stuff
Simple syrup or
with
whatever.
a banana flavor.
That makes sense. I'd try that. I bet that's good.
Yeah, I thought of you when I saw it.
Hold
It's
on.
not one you want to lay with all night, but
No, but it's a good
it's a good after dinner dessert drink, kind of.
yeah.
But you know something I realized?
I'm
I'm
writing so you can
When I comment on people's posts on the community, I'll say something like "good looking cook." In my mind, I'm saying that cook turned out really good looking.
Oh, you think they think you're flirting with it?
I hope not. They'll be like, Malcolm's wife's
trying to stuff it.
So, Brent, can I use AP seasoning as a dry brine?
Absolutely. I do it all the time, especially on steaks. It does fantastic. Now, you don't have to get super heavy with it. If you did get super heavy, I'd probably rinse it off, because we used to do that to really tenderize some steaks in steak contests.
What would you do?
We just use coarse salt. But now, like what I do with AP is, and I do it on ribs, I do it on butts. I'll hit them with the base coat of that, just, medium coat, nothing super heavy, and just let it sit there and sweat. What you're going to notice is it's going to start pulling moisture. The salts start pulling moisture out of the meat, and it really does it when the meat's making contact with something. So like when I do that on a ribeye steak before I cook it, and I like to put it on there an hour before I know it's going to hit the grill, I'll season it with AP, all sides, even the edges, and I'll let it sit. About 15 minutes, I'll come and flip it. And I do that for the first 45 minutes. And then 15 minutes before I'm going to grill it, I season it the rest of the way and I let it set again. And then I put it on the grill. So it's been setting for 1 hour. And to me, the core temperature comes up a little bit, so it's going to sear really fast. And whatever it pulls out, it starts to get that flavor down deep inside it. And I still want it to go on. Like I usually try to pat most of that moisture off. I don't want it really wet because I get a better sear when it's kind of dry. That's why I put
that
the second
before you finish your seasoning?
Yeah. If it's super wet, I'm going to dab it with a paper towel, not try to wipe it, but just kind of take the initial moisture off of it before I add my second round of seasoning, and then I'm going to go in the pit.
When you say it works better when it's touching something, you're talking about like the cutting board?
Yeah, like a cutting board or a platter or whatever you got it in. It's going to be really wet up under it. And that's just because that's the moisture's pulling out, and it's just sitting there. On top, it just kind of sits on the surface a little bit. If
that's
you flip it, you just give it even. Yeah. If you had a show side, I guess you don't have to flip it, but I always did. That was just kind of my technique. But you could definitely use, we use it on chicken wings. Like we'll season wings and then stick them in the refrigerator on a raised rack with that AP on them, and let that dry brine work on them that way. I've done it on turkey. I'm trying to think of anything else I've done it over, for a long period of time on. I guess turkey would be the one that I'd leave in there the longest because I've left it in there for 4 to 6 hours just with AP on the skin. Then come back with a cooking spray after it's really dry because it's not going to pull moisture through that skin. It's not going to get wet that way.
So, speaking of chicken wings in the refrigerator, did you forget about those from Saturday?
I did, honestly. I meant to cook. I wanted them to air dry, and I stuck them off in the beer fridge, and I think they're just still hanging. Are they still hanging out there?
Yeah. They're getting funny colored.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be any good after 48 hours of air drying.
No, it's Saturday morning. Our plan was to cook chicken wings. You pulled them out. You put them in there. You're going to let them dry before you put them on the smoker. And then Michael said, I'm going to go spend the night at a buddy's house or do something. And we looked at each other and we were like, yeah, you want to go to the bar?
Yeah. Let's go. That was green light. Oh, we don't have to cook today? Let's go watch football. That's what we did. And then I was like, we'll cook them Sunday. And we never did cook them on Sunday.
So Justin, he needs some advice, tips, or recommendations. He has an excessive amount of wind at his house that's hitting right at his smoker. What would you do?
You got to make a break some kind of way, whether it's plywood or something. I mean, when I had that situation, I always tried to find a corner on my back porch to where it was shielded some, but sometimes that's the only option you have. You got to come up with some kind of way to break that wind. Or, it's tough. Fighting the wind's a big thing. And certain pits do better job at overcoming it than others. Like a stick burner, I've had to position them around to where they're pointed a certain way so that wind's not blowing up your firebox or it's not pulling too much draft out your pipe. But like on a pellet grill, it don't matter that much. It might keep it a little cooler. You might have to run things, speed your auger up a little bit or turn your temps up a little or find a blanket to put over it. They make certain pellet grills make grill blankets basically that fit over them to kind of knock that down. But other times I just took some old pallets or anything I could stand up to try to make a wind stop. Anything to knock it back. I've pulled a lawnmower around there. Anything you can do to stop some winds is what you got to do. Especially it depends on what kind of grill they say he was cooking.
He didn't.
Yeah. Pellet grill doesn't matter that much, but other ones, it's going to mess with your fire because you got to think that wind's blowing over your pipe. It's pulling air through it. If your intake's open or if it's facing it, it's rushing up in it, putting cool air in it. So you're really cooling down that firebox. You don't want to do that. It just makes it tougher wind's a challenge, wind and colder weather makes it tougher, but build some kind of barrier or find a windscreen or something. Anything you could do to knock it off. Stack up some coolers. You could do, I'd come up with any kind of way to stack up something just to make the wind go around. be the best bet.
So you just got to make a block.
Yeah, make some kind of block.
Wind block. Is it normal for smoked pork loin to have a very slight pinkish hue after cooking? I pulled it off at 135.
It better.
It better.
It better. I don't want it solid white. That's me. I mean, they lowered the USDA did lower the temperature you could eat pork loin at.
I remember when they did that.
Yeah,
Were you cooking it under before they lowered that?
I always like mine to be on that, medium for pork loin. That's where I want it. I don't want it well done for sure. I don't want it solid white. Now, some people, like I've got a sister-in-law that she will not eat it if she sees any pink. And even if it's smoke ring, she's like, nope, not eating it. It's just some people are like that. Nothing wrong with it. If that's the way you are and you grew up that way, don't eat it.
And you like dry pork.
Yeah, you like dry pork. You could probably put 57 sauce on it or something, A1.
Where do you pull the pork loin?
The 130. It carries over to 135. Yeah, that's where I like it. We ate some out in Texas, medium rare. And it was like, you would have thought it was ribeye steak. And then this was a special hog there was that Mangalista hog that guy was raising.
So you knew where it was coming from.
Yeah. And he was like, y'all can't cook this past medium rare. And I was like, you can't eat pork that. And I was like, you can't eat pork that rare. And he said, yeah, you can. Trust me. You'll think this is steak. And man, it was so good.
So what temp did you pull it? 120?
28. Yeah. Well, it was before 130.
Yeah.
But man, it was good. And it wasn't bleeding or nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was done. It just was undercooked for most people to eat pork. But it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
And one more. Zeb wants to know, anyone ever cook rattlesnake? Everyone smoke a rattlesnake?
I've never had rattlesnake. I've seen those guys on the rattlesnake roundup on TV out in Texas cook them. They fry them always, but I've never seen a smoked rattlesnake. I've seen them cook snake over fire like on Survivor or whatever.
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid. They'll catch them and cook them over hot coals just on a stick. I've never done it.
My family always did a big July 4th cook, and every year they'd get something exotic. Yeah. I mean, they always did a pork, a whole hog, a fried catfish, cooked sheep.
Yeah. They cook rattlesnake?
And one year where they cooked rattlesnake on the grill. No, they grilled it.
What did they say on Waterboy? I think it's the knee. What part of the snake you're eating?
I just remember being dry and like.
What part of that snake do you think that is? If I had to say, it's the knee. I can't remember how she said it. It was his mom, Kathy Bates.
And this weekend, we're going to Royal Oak.
Oh, yeah. It's the Royal Oak Invitational. We're going to be there. Hopefully we land on or touch base on Thursday there. We're driving, so we're not flying. We'll be there all day Friday, and then Saturday we'll see how it goes. We might have to get back.
But that's a good event.
Staying with Michael, so yeah. It's a fun event, man. There's going to be the top Royal Oak pitmasters are going to be there competing for cash, prizes, and bragging rights.
A lot of them pack up from the Jack and just
leave their stuff or just going over to Georgia. Yeah, I hope the weather's. I looked ahead. It's supposed to be storming here, but over in Georgia it's supposed to be nice.
Yeah, like a little chilly.
Late high 70s, low 80s. I think this will be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire state of Arkansas is a 2 out of 5 for tornadoes.
I saw
going camping
I saw
Cherokee Village this weekend. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. We got a little Boy Scouts camping trip planned this weekend. So
I might need to go on over to the White River and get in the house. It ain't been about an hour.
Well, Malc, that's all I have for you.
All right. Well,
this week,
Tyler, tell everybody where they can find us on the community.
So like I was talking about earlier, we got the giveaway going on right now. It's going to be the pin post at the top on facebook.com/H2Q community. Make sure y'all check that out, and then make sure to post your recipes all weekend long. Ask any questions that you want. All the questions we got for this podcast today came from that awesome community.
Jill, where can they get in touch with us if they need to reach out? If
you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Smith Southern Shell on Instagram and TikTok.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and we'll be back next week to do it again. We'll tell you all about that Royal Oak event we're going to. Hopefully it's going to be an awesome time. It always is. But
maybe we'll eat something good there.
Yeah. Until
you said I like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah. Until next time. We gone.